I think the most embarrassing thing right now about Snow White 2024 is the fact that Disney is not really taking a stand and fixing it in the ultimate way. Canceling the entire movie, remaking it from the ground up, and then calling it a day. That's exactly the only thing that Disney can really do if they really want to erase the backlash that is rising right now from the general public based on those leaked photographs of the 7 dwarfs. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. And let's get right into the subject, shall we? Now, we know that the remake of Snow White, that was supposed to be a beat-for-beat remake of the 1937 original, that Disney promised that they were going to be doing that, and as it turns out, it is really much alienating the 37 original without a doubt, from everything ranging from the leaked photographs to the casting of Rachel Zegler to everything that's been happening behind the scenes for this story, such as putting in a character called Jonathan instead of the traditional Prince Florian from the 37 original movie. There's a lot of problems with this movie. I mean, let's not deny. I mean, this could very well be the biggest flop in Disney's history box office-wise, and it would be quite ironic if everything started for Disney with Snow White and everything ended with Disney with Snow White. At least on the cinematic level of things, right? So on top of this, what's even all the more concerning has a lot to do with the Snow White 2024 official trailer, which, by the way, is going through a lot of trouble right now. We know that they did indeed fire a trailer company or companies that were working on the official trailer and are seeking a new one up for hire to revise it and to really enhance it to properly market this movie to dwindle down the backlash. Now, on top of this, with Disney dealing with tons of backlash related to Snow White after those leaked photos surfaced, one major development surrounding the film has to do with the recent damage control that they have been going through with the trailer. First, by delaying it from July all the way until September during the D23 event now, and also completely reworking the trailer as we speak. Now, many of the trailer shot descriptions bring Disney to a new low, where one of the shots in the existing trailer that's being revised right now includes the 7 dwarfs all holding hands in a circular pattern, spinning around in a circle, with Rachel Zegler's Snow White sitting down in the middle, laughing with the dwarfs. One of the other sequences that Disney is now looking to delete from the trailer involves Snow White fighting the huntsman in a full-on fight that almost appears like she is engaged in martial arts, kicking the dagger out of the huntsman's hand and pointing it back at him. The shot that comes after this in the trailer involves Gal Gadot in delivering a line of dialogue to the magic mirror stating, a line of dialogue, "Magic mirror on the wall, who is worthy of them all?" Another sequence that Disney is now looking to completely re-edit in response to the rising backlash because they believe that the change of dialogue may very well stir more controversy from those who cherish the original 37 movie by Disney. So guys, let me stop here for a second. I think that this comes to confirm a lot of fans, concerns about this movie is, what was Gal's line of dialogue as the evil queen going to be when she talks to the magic mirror? Now, we know that in the original, she says, "Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" Now, reportedly in this trailer for Snow White 24, the dialogue is reworked to "Magic mirror on the wall, who is worthy of them all?" And I'm not quite sure why they would go to the extra length of doing that if they didn't want to make things too obvious as to why they would do that. It really is quite laughable, and it just screams that they are trying to let the audience know why they made that change up. Now, by the way, a lot of this had to do with Mark Webb, the director. You guys may or may not know him, but he worked on The Amazing Spider-Man's 1 and 2. He created those films, something that a lot of fans were very mixed on, by the way. There's a lot of people that hate those movies. Some people enjoy them. I myself rather believe that they are quite more or less of a depressing tone for Spider-Man. That's just my take on things, but I digress. Moving onwards here, we know that Snow White most definitely is going to be a box office flop. There is no way to escape this. And as Jason Acuna said, you may know him as Wee Man, He talked to TMZ a couple of days ago, and they were questioning his thoughts about this. And what he said, the right thing for Disney to do right now, and I posted this on my Twitter, guys, if you want to find that link to him talking about this. The right thing for Disney to do is to just refilm the whole thing and make it right. Get actual people that can portray those roles, because what they're doing now, Disney is basically sending a message that these people are out of jobs, they can't get specific roles like this anymore, at least by Disney, and that's that. It's kind of like what WB is doing with, the Willy Wonka movie, of how Hugh Grant is now, a little person through CGI reworking. It's terrible. I don't know why these companies or these production studios are doing this, but I think it's just offensive, to be quite honest, guys. But anyways, onwards here, the change of dialogue in the trailer of Magic Mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all, was a decision made by Mark Webb, the director, that is demonstrated in the current trailer behind the scenes. One of the other shots in the trailer consists of Rachel Zegler's Snow White leading the seven dwarfs, with Jonathan, the new love interest by the way, by her side as they appear to be running toward a large castle-like structure, which may very well be the new version of the Queen's Castle, portrayed by Gal. Completely different than the original 37 tale. In this shot, both Jonathan and Snow White are singing along to a song that is briefly used in the trailer, where Disney is now rushing to completely change this official trailer with a brand new one for a company that handles the trailers, Up for Hire. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but a lot of these studios use trailer companies to make these trailers and to get these things out there. The thing that is so embarrassing about this is not only the change of dialogue for the mirror scene, but the demonstration of how the seven dwarfs are being portrayed in Snow White, and how this really kind of has nothing to do with the 37 original. I don't know about you guys, but I never remembered Prince Florian and Snow White leading the seven dwarfs into battle against the queen toward a castle structure. I don't really remember that in that exact scenario, so that just goes to show you that Disney is not trying to make this into a beat for beat of the 37 original as promised. Instead, from what it sounds like, it is indeed a reimagining. Now, we talked about this emergency meeting that they had just yesterday about what they are doing with Snow White, and they are trying to find a way to re-edit it, and reshoots and rewrites are on the table only if the strikes dissipate by November, give or take. That's what they're aiming for, because that would give them just enough leeway to kind of do some last minute reworkings here and there, and maybe even quite possibly delay the film, which is something that Disney does not want to do, because then it delays other movies. But if they're gonna have to do that, they're gonna have to do that. I don't believe they'll ever reshoot the entire thing, but if they want to supplement things, they're gonna have to really pray that these strikes come to a close by November, because I'm not quite sure if they even will. It sounds like, from what it sounds like, this is a thing in for the long haul, and a lot of the trades are saying this could go on for months. So guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.